working as intended.
Only a few more parts in Heaven's Ward left. I'm presuming it's just a few more parts, and before like 10,000 more side quests show up. Suddenly fate. Such happy music. Francois would hear Marcelot's tale, while fantastic music plays in the background. Come, Marcelot, tell us your tale. I used to be a craftsman making sundry necessities on request. It wasn't much, but it was a living, for me and my family. When our home burned down, I took to repairing other people's belongings in exchange for scraps of food. Though it was necessary to keep us from starving, knowing that each mouthful I earned meant less for our fellows, the unfairness of it was all too much to bear. So I cast my lot with Lady Iceheart with dreams of making lives better for the common folk, but in the end all I succeeded in doing was forsaking my loved ones. I would make amends to my family if they will let me. As I am now, I am not but a burden to them. That's the last thing I wish to be. I see my thanks for opening your heart to us. It's as Father says, men tend to overlook things. Perhaps one is made to think more when one's life is fleeting. That may be the case, my friend, but it makes our feelings no less true for it, and Marcelot feels the keenest regret, one born of the love he bears for his family, if his fellow guardians can be made to understand this. You said that you were once a craftsman. If you were to make for the people such items as they find needful as you once did, I dare say you could express your feelings better than any words can. Express my feelings. Altered as my hands are, I know not how well I can perform the work, but very well, my lord, I'll try my very best. I am certain you will. Now, as for the items you might craft, I believe you best know those things which will delight your wife and child. The question is what may serve to please your detractors. The two men who approached the older recently moved to the firmament with his son's family. They arrived with naught but the shirts on their backs, and I imagine they would have need of household items such as dining utensils. Then there's the younger fellow, the retired soldier whose scar troubles him still. You might appreciate an unguent of some description as to relieve the aches. Would such items be within your abilities to prepare? I believe so, my lord. I know a place in the new nest where Marcelot may do his work. Pray come with me. Hurry, crafting quests. Alright, what do I need for cooking utensils and unguent? Seems like I can make use of this place and the equipment and materials besides. Alright, whatever you find here is yours to use now. Is there aught else we might require? Might I trouble you to obtain two items for me? One is healing herb for the unguent and the other a dye. I go about obtaining them myself, but I'm liable to cause panic. Alto is small enough to remain inconspicuous at least, and can fly besides. But of course I'll be happy to help. You may leave the herbs to me. If I may task you with a dye, then it's 2 pots of cream yellow I require. I've heard the woman named Elonwe at the Mendicant's Court deals in all manners of wares. Perhaps you can inquire with her. Mendicant's Court. There it is. I think finishing a fate thing gets you, what, a couple thousand scripts? Were you able to do dye? Yes, here you go. Festive music. Yes, this is it. I shall put it to use at once. I've already finished the utensil. Thanks to you, the presents for my family will soon be ready. Now I just need Alto to return with the herbs. Signals are pushing a pace. I believe it's time to arrange a gathering. The area atop yonder steps should serve as a venue. Forcanol, would you be so kind as to bear word to the people? With pleasure, my lord. Mistress Monica, perhaps you would like to be the one to seek out Mistress Audain? I dare say she would be more willing to attend at your invitation. Hi guys, nice little house. Oh, it's you, my lady. Is there something you need? Come along. I see, it's just like him to do this. But even though he's my husband's decision to accept a dragon, it's too much for a mere commoner such as me to bear. When I think about my daughter, I imagine how other children might mock her. I just don't know. How long the first steps off in the hearts take, sometimes we need to have faith in one another. Huh. Both seem like good things to say. I don't know how you do it, but your words give me courage. Simply talk with you instills me with a sense of hope. And knowing that there are decent folks such as yourself and Lord Francis around, I feel as though all will be well in the end. Alright, we'll be there, Noel and I. We'll hear what Marcel has to say. Thank you, my lady. And we'll teleport way up here. Hi, guys. Everything okay? Fights aren't breaking up between you guys? Stomp, stomp, stomp. What is this? We were told Lord Francis had summoned us, but you're... An orient guardian, just like you. I'm also a craftsman, well, with some help from someone, I made something for each of you. It isn't much, but please accept it. Dining utensils. Ours is a big family, so these would certainly be useful. I hope that they will serve you well. You may struggle to believe it, but I used to be your neighbor. Before I took on this form, I made whatever it was folk needed. And it's my hope that I can put my skills to use again for the people of the firmament. My scar flares up on cold, dry days. This unguent would take the edge off the pain. This is kind of you. Oh, to be so young and open-minded. I know that you've done us no ill, but I can't simply forgive and forget the heretics for what they did. You've lost a great deal, and we would not diminish your suffering by asking you to change your views. Yet, in spite of yourself, might you not try to see the individual before you as simply that? An individual deserving of a chance? I'm sorry. I know I'm not being fair. Come, it wouldn't do to strain yourselves. If you would follow me, good sirs, I'll find you some refreshments. Now, Dane Noel, I have something for you two as well. Aren't these our clothes? Let's put them on, Mummy. Let's put them on. Weaver specialization. It's the same as the one I lost in the fire. You remember, Daddy? You remembered how much I love this coat in this color. You may be a dragon now, but I don't mind it at all. My friend and Miley said that dragons are nice. Considering she had her life saved from my one, right? It must have been difficult to make these with those hands. It's plain that you still think of us. And yet you abandoned us when we needed you most. You left us to face the worst of the war alone, and I hated you for it. And so... I know. What I did was unforgivable. I don't have the right to be with you and Noel. I'll leave this place for good and all. No, listen to the end, will you? What I want to say is I can't give you a definite answer right this moment, but I'm willing to give us another chance. If you're still the man that I once knew, then perhaps we can work through this problem together, like we've worked through others. If this is enough for you for now, then you're welcome at our new home. It is. It's more than I could ever ask for. Thank you, Audane. Thank you again, my lady, for instilling me with the courage to take the first step. Forgiveness won't come overnight, and we still have a long journey ahead of us, but if we have faith in one another, I'm confident we'll find happiness again. Can't have happiness without penis. Especially dragon penis. If we can spare another moment, would you accompany to find Lord Francois? I wish to thank you and him both for the second chance I have with my loved ones. Stomp. Alright, another meeting with you guys. Everything okay? New friends? There you are, Monica. Francois told me all. Frank Renault has told me all. I'm glad for you, my friend. Your honest feelings have reached the hearts of the people, your family is included. Yes, my lord, I've been given a second chance to my family, and I owe it all to you and Mistress Monica. This is hardly enough to express my gratitude, but I made something for you as well. Won't you do me the honor of trying it on? Well, now this is hardly necessary, but I shall humbly accept it a moment if you would. To the perfect in such a dashing design. Besides, my thanks for this fine gift. Where's my gift? Thought me, Marcelo, would still be stammering, stalking out in the snow somewhere, and let's not forget the herbs as well. Indeed, little one, for running aid into Sin's discard, you are deserving of recognition. Until now, dragons have been permitted entry to the Holy See only on special occasions. But if you in my authority as overseer, I shall arrange it so that you may freely come and go from the firmament. Would that suffice by way of a gift? Oh, I could live with that. I've always wanted to observe how men live. Now then, I must be returning to my duties, but if there is any further trouble, do not hesitate to call upon me. Alright, peace out. Last but not least, allow me to thank you too. If it weren't for you, I likely would have been executed as a heretic, and worse than that, I would have remained estranged from my family. Please accept this as a small token of my undying gratitude. I pray that it serves you well in your adventures. And all was ooh, food. All was fine in the firmament. Alright, more quests. Yup. Hi! Second chances. Alto's eager to learn. You teach him all the bad things? Shenanigan music. I hear you're having a good time. I have a query for you. As you know, I'm descended from Ratatoskr, and like her, I wish to fill the skies with beauteous songs. If I'm to do this, I must know historical events as if I've lived them. To that end, I would like to meet the great person who put an end to the Dragon Song War. Do you know where I might find this individual? Me. What? You're that great person? Last time I thought Hero was your name. In any case, this makes things simpler. I want you to show me the key places where the war unfolded and tell me tales about them. Lest you worry, I have Francel's permission to go to the city proper so long as I have company. So without further ado, let's begin with a visit to the vault. Shrug. Alright, I'll follow along. Uh-oh. That doesn't sound good. More shenanigans happening. The making of a market, adventurers and admirers. More shit here, huh? Francel's ever looking upward towards new heights for the firmament. Alright, even more side quests here. Mike, it's always a pleasure to see you here in the firmament. You'll be pleased to hear that the district is home to an ever-growing number of thoroughly satisfied residents thanks in no small part to your tireless efforts on our behalf. In particular, I'm proud to say that we have spared no effort to realize Lady Hilda's ideal of a place where one and all can have a roof over their head and food in their belly, provided they are willing to work hard and make an honest living. Seeing as things are progressing most swimmingly on that front, I have decided to turn my eye to Lord Briarden's most astute recommendation, encouraging the flow of goods and services so as to build a thriving economy that will serve as the area's lifeblood. As such, Augarbert and his men have been hard at work putting the final touches on the ward I've dubbed Featherfall, which is to serve as the firm's center of commerce and trade. There is but one remaining issue to resolve, namely how we might distinguish our own marketplace from the Jeweled Crozier. After all, if we hope to attract vendors and customers alike to the firmament, we must offer something that they cannot already find at a more established location. After giving the matter considerable thought, it struck me, what if we were to bring in merchants from the realm over to ply their trade here, that Featherfall might be the Holy Sea's new hub of foreign trade? It is a most inspired idea, would you not say? And if you would not disapprove, I would ask you to accompany me as our designated emissary to the three city-states. After all, who better to convince our esteemed guests to make the journey here to Ishgard than one of your influence and prestige? Leave it to me. And if you would not disapprove, or quite honestly, even if you would, I will be accompanying you as well. Shenanigans. Lord Charlemagne. It is far from my place to drink, but for whatever reason could the Count Durandare wish to come along on our humble expedition, particularly in light of your honored house's rather, shall we say, conservative views towards the expansion of foreign trade. I'll thank you not to make assumptions about the interests of my house, Lord Francel. I have always acted in what I believe to be my homeland's best interest, and I will continue to do so. Mayhap House Durandare did not give the warmest of welcomes to outsiders at the observatory in Whitebrim Front, but I assure that we took only the necessary precautions to defend the sea from external threats at a time of war. Surely the savior of Ishgard can understand our position. Gee. Disappoint. At any rate, the war is over and our nation has entered a new age. I am not inclined to sit idly by as House Durandare is left behind the times. And yet at this most vital of junctures, my son and heir remains lost at sea, and my cousins are either too young or unworthy for the tasks, and so it falls to me to see to matters myself. I dare say there is some merit for you as well. After all, whatever negotiations you intend to conduct, they can only be aided by the presence of the head of the Ishgard's highest of high houses. I trust you have no objections. Your first assistance is most generous, Lord Charlemagne. I would not dream of refusing it. Of course not. We depart at once, yes? I've heard Gridania is most lovely at this time of the year. Yes, my intention was always to begin our expedition at our closest neighbor. I have it on good word that an establishment there known as the Carling Canopy would be a suitable... The Carling Company it is, then. Do take care not to lag behind, yes? Somebody's in a rush. Lord Charlemagne, wait! Shrug. Doesn't he want collectibles later? I don't think I really met him much during the quest. What's all this? Adventurers and admirers. The adventurer is staring wide-eyed at you. There's so much stuff to do here. By the 12, you might call Darkstar, that we would stumble into you here of all places. Ah, apologies for getting carried away. It's just, we've been wanting to meet you for a very long time. Hi, Lala friend. We were interested to you. See, ever since we witnessed your bout with Hoary Boulder, we've been admirers of yours. We've even taken on the odd mission for the Scions. With one of our comrades being his guardian, we also joined the fray at the Steps of Faith. There we saw you again in combat, and it'd be no oversight to say that you carried the battle. And then he went on to put an end to the entire war, owing to which our friend decided to return home. She's now hard at work helping with the restoration effort. They say that all are welcome to aid in the rebuilding regardless of origin. Are you participating too by any chance? Yep. So you are, so you are. In this case, then perhaps you've seen our comrade. We've come to pay her a visit, you see, but we're struggling to find her on account of being unfamiliar with the city. You better see her, won't you let her know that we're here? She's Ellison, which isn't saying much in these parts, but adventurers can tell each other apart, isn't that right? Alright, searching for friends. Alright, see you guys. Like it's gonna be an entire part dedicated just things in the firmament. What do we got here? Cuckoo Rusk. The Orphanage resident is a picture of worry. You might go Darkstar, are you not? The Savior's Guard? Please, I need your help. As you may know, there is an orphanage here in the New Nest. Rolandberry Field is called. Well, of late I've been seeing suspicious men lurking about the place and throughout the district. I can't bear the thought of something befalling the children. Please, will you not investigate these unsavory individuals? There's somebody hiding out around here. Hi, rugged fellow. Well, give a man a bloody fright. I'm in a hurry if you don't mind. I need to take this little one back to the orphanage. It's like misunderstandings. My girlfriend, such man appears to be spying on the children. Gasp. He runs away. No sooner does he notice you than he hastily flees the scene. It's like he's just watching over this kids. And a sickly fellow. The children won't be able to resist these. Candy? What? Why are you staring at me? I'm sure there's some misunderstandings going on. Wee! Ow. Hi, guys. You again? What do you want? Look, we're busy now. Come back some other time, will you? I'm happy to wait. Fine, suit yourself. Wait over there until we finished up, alright? Misunderstandings. Rasquin Gontrandois Pahanel. We washed our hands like you told us. Good, it's just about ready to serve. Don't get too close to the fire here, we don't want you to burn yourselves. How are you feeding kids? Sorry for the wait, but we had to tend to the children first. Right then, you had some business with us? That's what this is about. Well, for what it's worth, I don't blame folk for being suspicious. We're not exactly the sort you see working at an orphanage. The three of us, we used to be temple knights. We were there when the horde descended on the Steps of Faith, and we all took wounds that forced us to hang up our shields. We're grateful to still be alive, though, and we have you to thank for it. Nowadays, we help retired soldiers find work and look after orphans. Truth be told, at first we thought it was some bad jest when they said we'd be taking care of children. After all, we were knights and not nursemaids. We didn't feel equal to the task. You look after us, play with us, and make tasty food for us. We're grateful to you all. What good children. But the children seem happy enough, and here we are. You can assure the concerned citizen that the children are in no danger. Aw, are you leaving already? Please come again and play with us. Bye. It was all a misunderstanding. Ah, your turn, so were you able to find the suspicious men? What? They care for the orphans? Oh gods, I feel terrible for having assumed the worst of them. I should go and apologize. Yes, and bring the children some sweets as well. My thanks to you for clearing up the misunderstanding. No problem. It just gives me more experience. Small hands, big hearts. Alright, more stuff around here. Hi kids, you guys have such crazy names. Except for Lascelles, pretty normal, but Paraquil and Jolkiazane? I mean, Lalafell names are a lot easier to pronounce. Now you're the hero who was talking with Raskin and the others. The three of us, we're the oldest children at the orphanage. We know that our carers do much for us, and we want to do something to ease their burden, but we don't know what. You don't have any ideas, do you? Come now, you've already spoken about this. The best way to help us to earn coin and sell swords. That sounds dangerous. And I've already told you it's too dangerous. Better to find work here in the district, minding other people's children and the like. If you're always against my ideas, well, if you don't have a stomach for battle, you can just stay here. I'll go and get a Temple 11 and I'll handle it all by myself. Spoiler, Levs don't pay very much. It's better if you become a crafter. He's gonna get himself hurt. Please, help us stop him. Okay. Oh, so you guys have such fancy jackets. He's actually going to get a Lev. Using his minute to just teleport out. No, I actually have to walk out. I'm lazy. Hello. Oh, it's you again. If you're worried about me, don't be. I mean, do you have the level allotment to take any? Excuse me, I want to take on a Lev, something with fighting that pays good coin. Is that so? I encourage it's commendable. I fear such a task is too dangerous for young ones. Age limit. See, what did I tell you? Oh, what can we do to help at the orphanage then? If you're interested, children, we can issue you tradecraft Levs instead. See, told you, crafting makes good money. Tradecraft Levs? We receive requests for all manner of supplies, and we can never have too many hands fulfilling them. And right now, the convictors have need of firewood and rope. By way of recompense, they offer not only coin, but freshly caught game as well. Huzzah! Coin and meat. Rask and the others will be so happy. Let's get to work at once. I know where we can get straw to make some rope. Do you think you can give us a hand with the firewood? In the firmament, there's a man named Achard. He sells all sorts of materials, but he doesn't let us have any, saying that it's not for play. Could you go and ask him for some wood scraps for us? Great. Afterwards, come and meet us back at the orphanage. You guys are so happy now. Thanks, knights. Good job. I've been helping you guys a lot too, considering I've completed every single Lev there, including most of the temple ones. I just have 6 temple Levs left, and then I finished every single Lev here. And let me tell you, these were a hassle because it took what 150 times 8, so 1,200 Levs, level allowances. And there's also the fishing, the mining, and what is it? Botany ones too. So even more, or closer to like almost 2,000 Lev allowances needed. There's also cathedral things. I'll get all the things here done. Oh hi! Right away. Well, you're the hero of the Scions. Allow me to thank you for your part in protecting my homeland. What brings you to Holy See this day, if I may ask? Your friends are here. My comrades in the firmament, you say? What joyous tidings! I will seek them out at once. If it please you, will you not join me? Alright, see, I'm back to the firmament. There's also vault things, right? Oh, more quests. Hi, manservant. Deep in thought, the house Fortin's manservant reflects upon a day not so very long ago. It was pretty cold when you first came to our city, when I stood waiting for you before the Ark of the Worthy. I think that was where it all began. How much has changed since that day? Forgive me, of late I've been studying the works of Beladian poet king who wrote, "To ye who asks of things to come, give thought to what is past and gone." So really have we the luxury to reflect on the choices we have made, on how they have shaped our lives and the lives of others. Even I, a mere steward whose deeds would not merit a footnote in the annals of history, can see the value in this. I say this to you, because as you move, so too does the world. Pray spare a moment to contemplate your journey while you can. The road stretched on, obscured by an endless veil of snow. Somewhere in the white beyond stood the great iron gates, and on the other side a humble manservant who awaited the coming of 3 travelers. Speak with those people that I'm sure I'm gonna... There's like hundreds of people that I've met in the journey already. I'm sure I'll forget all of them. That's what FF Wiki is for. Hi, dragon friend. What are you up to here? Just checking out the sights? Checking out the sights to sad music? So this is a vault where the most wicked of men once resided. Vidofnir told us of the time she rescued a child who was thrown off the top. Delacy's walls have witnessed much and more, but what about you? Do you have tales of your own about this place? I faced powerful fears. I lost a dear friend here. Aww. I lost a dear friend here. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Long as we dragons live, we form the strongest of bonds with others. But by the same token, it makes us feel the pain of loss very keenly. Yet while some would fall into despair, you made the loss your strength and forged on. Yes, as befits a hero. Right, that will do for the vault. Next, let us take to the place called Falcon's Nest. I would see the famous reliefs betokening peace between man and dragon. The one that got splattered with blood? Shenanigans! Stalker! Stalker! So that dragon wishes to learn about Ishgard. You want to teach it? Yay, more running around episodes! Actually, this entire game is running around, right? Over to the crow's ear. Hello, Lays. A warm welcome to you, instructor. What do I owe the pleasure? Retracing your steps from those first days in Ishgard, I see. Well, no one could begrudge you for indulging in a little nostalgia. I'm reminded how much I owe to you and yours. Lest you forget, foreign merchants were subject to a fairly unreasonable level of scrutiny until relatively recently. Not so now, however. Now goods from every corner of Rosea flow into our markets, and that, my friend, is change we can all appreciate. Rich small nations speak a common tongue, and its words are coin. Needless to say, there is little profit to be had in prejudice, especially against those who have received the patronage of account. Thus, when the words of Faust Fortemps arise, she was glad to make their acquaintance. Any more quests just hanging out around here? Besides the ones, like, for the next class quests. Hi, Firmobert. Hi. Oh, we got a cutscene with you, huh? You're super important. Well, be then. Ale and mulled wine? No, don't tell me. Tea? Oh, so it's to be memories then, is it? Now there's a bitter draught that'll leave you wanting. Something you can remember your own name, that is. Take your friend Tatsu. One moment she's just another girl waiting on customers, cleaning tables and so forth, and the next she's got a dozen admirers asking after her every bloody night, and I'll be damned if I can remember how it happened. Singing those stupid songs, dancing those daft dances, though to be honest, I think it was her stories that really won him over. Stories of certain heroes granted riches across Eurasia, told with a flair that put a minstrel to shame. Who doesn't love a good hero's tale, am I right? Hells, we even got one about the man who built this tavern. Was one of the founding fathers of Ishgard, or so it goes. Now, as the Enchiridion told it, besides Haldrath, the only knights who survived the battle with Nidhogg were the founders of the High Houses. Of course, these days we all know better than to put too much stock in the words of the church, eh? But there's more to our tale than just words. There's a sword, too, one which has been passed down from pride to pride since before anyone can remember. She's a rusty old bugger, but if you look closely at her handle, you can just about make an inscription. Brothers brave and true live well, forgotten and content. A man who forsook wealth and fame and chose the life of a humble tavern keeper. It's just a tale, of course, albeit a good one. As for the truth, who can say, friend? Who can say? He knew everyone's story, though he would never share his own. An optimist, he wanted to believe in the best in people. Sometimes that faith would be rewarded, other times betrayed, but he would listen regardless, and he would hope. All my friends. I'm going all the way to Cloud Top next. Doing a big fucking world tour, huh? Let's head to Dragonflint first. It's like while I'm talking to Lania, I can tell her that your one admirer sends his love. Hello. Out here in Canada. So that is a relief. I've seen the artworks of men before, but I find it such a peculiar way to express one's feelings. Still can't be faulted for your art history. But Grandis looks, the scent of sadness clings to it, the scent of blood. Vidofnir's and others. Whenever there's tragedy, our hearts can't help but be drawn to it. In this, it seems our kinds are the same. Now then. Have you noticed that we are being followed? I know not this person's intent, but let us return to the firmament for now. Gee. It's like, I've been spotted. Run away. I guess walk away. Alright, then to Cloud Top. Over to the slave driver. Hi, Lanny 8. How about Lanny 9? Instructor, I was but this moment thinking of you. I had hoped to speak with you at Sir Imaric's investiture, but circumstances conspired to prevent me from attending. Perhaps you will allow me to say now what I could not say then. On behalf of House Hanar and all of Ishgard, I offer unto you my deepest and most humble thanks. You risked your life to stand against our sworn enemy and freed us from a million of torment. Though we can never hope to repay you, we will ever remember you and your deeds, that our children and their children's children might know the woman to whom they owe their lives. Ahem, I can see that the Grand Investor would have been a more fitting occasion for such words, but I cannot risk them being left unspoken. What brings this way? As you can see, Cloudtop remains much the same as it did during the war, though we need no longer watch the skies for Dravanian outflyers. The band have proven themselves seemingly worthy of our attention. What are you guys doing way out here? I still, girl, you have the most uncanny ability to appear whenever I least expect you. You too? But enough about that. Alright? On a raw? Ah yes, my lord. Lady Lania, I am pleased to report that we have succeeded in infiltrating Vunda territory and there observed the beastmen harvesting crystals at several different sites. Based on the volume crystal acquired during a period of surveillance, I have prepared an estimate of how much time I believe it will take the Vunda to gather sufficient crystals for another summoning. I have also taken the liberty of drafting several proposals outlining how the Rose Knights might prevent such an eventuality, such as raiding these sites and securing their stores, as well as detailing assessment of the risks involved should you choose to proceed. Ahem. You know, well-spoken little teen, eh? By the fear I gathered you were clever, but I was not aware that you were capable of this. With respect, you are wasted on your master. Hardworking, full potential, I think there is a place for you here with the Rose Knights, if you would have it. That you would even consider taking me into your service as a tremendous honor, my lady, and were I free to do so, I would gladly accept, but I am pledged to another, as you well know. Regrettable but understandable. I take comfort in the fact that a youth of your talent and character will never want for opportunities. Pleasure to know that you rascal. I thought I saw you whispering in young Salet's ear the other day. You certainly wasted no time wooing our newest maid. There'll be no secrets between us, and you must tell me everything. Where you've been sneaking off to together, what adventures you've been having, every little detail, and don't you dare leave anything out. I'm sure he will not. In any event, you have jointly exceeded my expectations. I grant you leave to return to the city. Should the need arise, I shall call upon you again. You're busy, huh? I'll be going between like 10 different places. Thank you, my lady. I believe she'll do as you suggest, until we meet again. Not as polite. Not so fast, unless the airship isn't due for another hour, and we have so much to talk about. On a raw! On a raw! Shrug. For the ladies, this Dana was an old familiar dance. To her, Lord Emmanuel would always be the boy fumbling for a compliment, and perhaps there was comfort in that, a memory of home on the bleak frontier. Alright, where are we going to next? All the way to fucking Falcon's Nest again, god damn it. Over to the slave driver. Hello, Redwald. It's like, you have any more jobs for me? 1,000 pardons. Had I known you were planning to pay us a visit, I would have seen that you received a proper reception, a feast perhaps, or at least a formal welcome with the men in full dress. Do not need. You have more than earned it. One need only look to the pilgrims who come in the droves to pray before their relief to see the truth in that. Some abide in silence while others shed tears, not for sorrow, you understand, but for joy at being released from Nidhogg's torment. Oh, hi. Sir Riddle, the shipment has been unloaded and the quartermaster confirms that all supplies are accounted for. Instructor, are you here on official business? A journey to remember and reflect. Aye, much has changed since we first came here together, since I abandoned you to follow the heretic's trail alone. Come, my lord, mayhap you recall the survivor whom you carried back to Falcon's Nest that day? Well, his wife but recently gave birth to their first child. Is that so? Well, mayhap I should pay him a visit. Though Adele is beyond her, my lord, you need not put yourself to such trouble. Your responsibilities, of course, surely leave little enough time as it is. Think not on that. I am still me, and you are still you. Whatever our respective titles, I would speak to you as a friend. This preoccupation with the position and power has sown no end of discord between our two houses to the great detriment of our nation. 'Tis especially galling when one considers that much of what we have achieved was by virtue of our blood and not of our character. So call me Count if you must, but know that I take no pride in it. Mayhap one day when I have earned it I will, but not today. Alright, see you hardworking bro? Still himself, is he? An honorable man, mindful of tradition, he was loath to accept the assistance of a foreigner exile. But when forced to confront bitter truths, he looked within and found himself wanting. Pride be damned then if it lead one astray. He would set aside his prejudice and join hands with this gifted outcast for the greater good of Ishgard. All the way up here next. Also, head to Gridania as well. Hello. So that's Gridania. The Thomas failed to mention how disagreeably dank it is. Jerk. So this is Gridania. Why is it even more ruined and lush than I had imagined? A danker, gloomier city I can scarce imagine. I am glad I do not live here. And this nation is home to a great number of our kind. Convincing an Ellison trader or two to come to Ishgard will be done in less than the time it takes for an afternoon tea. To start, I will enlist the services of one of the locals. Feel free to come along, Lord Francel. Mayhap you'll learn something. Wait, Lord Charlemagne? Oh dear, this is precisely what I was afraid of. I did some research before I departure. No doubt this is common knowledge to you, but I read that Gridanians are reserved types who do not warm easily to outsiders, or perhaps not to the degree of our own people. I fear the Count, for all his good intentions, might sour the local populace on our offer before we can even make it. Come, we must stop him. I dare you to. Now what kind of trouble are you getting yourself into? You there, I'm looking to speak with one of your nation's most prominent traders. Tell me where I might find such a person, and be quick about it. I'm a busy man. I'm not in the habit of entering outsiders. Rude, arrogant ones, least of all. Bugger off and do it yourself. What a sheer gall of that woman. With all due respect, Lord Charlemagne, we are guests in this land. Just as you and I were once wary of outsiders like Monarchy, so too are these people wary of us. In the world outside the Holy See, our titles or the prestige of our houses will avail us no special privilege. It would behoove us to conduct our affairs with a measure of humility. But if we have already aroused suspicion of the townspeople, let us try our luck at another location. Maybe one of the guilds for which this place is so well known? A guild, you say? Very well. Let us stop blithering and be off. To the Leather Workers Guild. I'm sure that he'll get along fine with the Master of the Leather Workers Guild. Because, you know, they're known for being very friendly with everyone. Wait for passerby. I'm just gonna ambush a random walking by. Yes, this place seems rather lively. No doubt we can find someone willing to assist us here. Searching. Beg your pardon, my esteemed sir. I am a humble visitor from Ishgard, and I was wondering if I might trouble you with a question or two. What's that now? Wait, can it be Lord Francel? It is you! Whatever brings you to the Twelveswood? What? Pray forgive me, I do not believe I have had the pleasure. You wouldn't know me, but I sure know you. During the war, I plied my trade as a sellsword at Camp Dragonhead. You often came to dine at Lord Horschafan's invitation, yes? Why, that I did. Lord Horsham was a most benevolent man. There are few things he enjoyed more than sharing a good meal in the company of his friends and his men alike. Ah, and I was one of them. I finally remember the times I sat at his table sharing in his meat and in the warmth of his hall and his company. For a moment you could forget the bitter cold outside. It's a memory that stayed with me to this day, long after I returned to Gridania and hung up my blade. Lord Horsham was a great man, and I'd hoped to return to Ishgard one day to visit him. But then the news of his tragic passing arrived. Even now I find it hard to believe he is gone. I as well, my friend. A day goes by that I do not think of him and the kindness he showed me in the darkest of days. And though I'll forever mourn his passing, I take solace in knowing that his sacrifice was for naught, for because of those like him, and Monica here, the war is at long last over, and our nation welcomes a new age of enlightenment and restoration. So as that we come here to fair Gridania in hopes of establishing trade that will benefit both our nations, might you perhaps know of any merchants or traders who might be interested in exploring such a possibility? Do I ever, and nothing could please me more than to be able to return the kindness that your countrymen showed me. It just so happens that I do work for Black Rabbit Traders these days. Perhaps you've heard of them? My Senta's in charge there, and she's always looking for promising new business partners. Just wait here, I'll bring her right over. My good man, it is as if the gods themselves sent you to us. If she does not mind the imposition, I would be honored to meet this lady, my Senta. See, good things happen when you shut the fuck up. From one cutscene to the next. It's like, why couldn't they just put all this in one cutscene? I trust that you met this lady, my Senta, Monica. Do you suppose she'll be receptive to our offer? Probably met them a long time ago, and I can't remember. So, you're the guest from Ishgard I've heard so much about. I'm Mysenta, Black Rob Trader's fame. I hear you have a business proposition for me? It was a pleasure and an honor both to make your acquaintance, Lady Mysenta. I'm Francois de Hillenart, and I have the privilege of overseeing the reconstruction of our fair city, a task which includes building a thriving economy. To that, I wish to invite the realm's preeminent trading concerns to establish outposts in our new commercial district. If it please you, will you not consider bringing your operations to Ishgard? I'd heard that you Ishgardians opened your borders, but quite frankly, I wasn't expecting to receive such an eager and enthusiastic proposition. And it's an interesting one, I'll grant you that. Still, as much as I'd like to be of aid, I run a business here, not a charity. And so I'm forced to ask, why should I expand to Ishgard? What do you offer that other places do not? Oh, well, found a concern, of course. Be assured that our nation offers business many opportunities. For example, Alright, Charlemagne, it's your turn. You'll need access to the finest Guardian wares. Ishgard nobles are notorious spendthrifts. Picture now, homunculate tour of the Holy See. Finest Guardian wares. Guardian nobles are notorious spendthrifts. I mean... As you mentioned, I dare say that a Guardian furs and that fine cuisine could come at a high price here in Gridania. Alright, Monaco here has convinced me the Black Guard will come to Ishgard. Oh, thank you, Lady Mysenta. You do us a kindness that we will not soon forget. You can spare the flowery words. I'm only looking out for my own business interests, as I trust you are as well, no? In any event, I'd best be going. You'll have to take a full inventory to determine which of our fine goods to bring north. As they say, the traders do not smile on those who tarry. Bye. Oh, thank you so much, my friend. I could never have done this without you. Liam Santa's question was only to be expected, yet I found myself at a loss. Your impeccable knowledge of the realm and the calmness under pressure have served us well once more. I just guessed. You have succeeded here despite the involvement of houses Hanar and Fortemps, not because of it. The citizens of the Sultan are far more discerning, but fear not, I will show you how negotiations among the upper crust are truly done. Shrug. Alright. Alright, off to the next location. First, we return to the road. Our sojourn in Gridania has been most truthful, but it's time we take to the road again. I hear that they call it the Jewel in the Desert, and that is a bustling center of trade and commerce. I can scarce wait to see what opportunities await us there. I have it on good account that the Sultan is an affluent and cultured nation, with a populace that places due importance on status and lineage. Unlike the rabble here, its people will no doubt afford me the respect I deserve. According to my research, the market district of Ulda is centered around a location known as Ruby Road Exchange. I propose we make that our first destination. As you may know, the exchange has quite a long and storied history. It is also conveniently located just a stone's throw from the airship landing where we are to touch down. Yes, let's be off. Already, I'm like to fall asleep if I stand around here any longer listening to your ramblings. Are we gonna shrug? No, we'll just walk off and follow. It's like we're already used to it. Level 80 quest. Dignified visitors level 60 Samurai quest. Well, I've never seen such a spectacular array of exotic goods and crafts. Do those girls dressed only in their undergarments know no shame? And the only with the law gawping at them are no better. I was led to believe this was a culture society. The array of wares is respectable, I'll allow, but I've no interest in dealing with threadbare peddlers. Let us find ourselves a trader with a proper pedigree. But how in the fear's name do people survive in this stifling heat? I shall go and secure a business partner post-haste, soon to take my leave of this blasted desert. You two may wait for me at the alehouse or the like, but do not make yourselves overly comfortable. It will not take too long. Oh dear, there he goes again. I'm loath to trouble you once more, but could you be so kind as to go after him? Without your presence, I fear that he may less than endear himself to the locals, not unlike in Gridania. Having lived my entire life in Ishgard, I'm painfully aware of my own limitation when it comes to interacting with those who share a different cultural background. I fear the Count of Darendare has, shall we say, not yet come to this realization. I believe ran off in the direction of Emerald Avenue, was it? I shall head to the quicksand in the meantime and see what news I might glean there. Alright, shall I hang out and watch the dancers too? No, don't give me one of those tails. Shake it, ladies! Man, we're just hanging out watching. Alright, what kind of shit is he doing now? Shenanigans. You there, you know something of these parts. Yes, I seek to do business with a trader possessed of a reputation worthy of my great house. You will introduce one to me at once. Wyman's like, fuck no. I'd be more than pleased to, friend, and pray tell, how much is this introduction worth to you? Worth? You would demand payment for your piddling knowledge? You don't know how things work around here, do you, old man? And all the information's a common like any other, and a bloke only gets as much as he's willing to pay for. Clearly the knowledge I've got is worth something to you, else you wouldn't be standing here before me. So, we return to the question, how heavy is your coin purse feeling today? Allow me to handle this, old girl. Shenanigan music. Well met, my friend. How do you fare this fine? Why the fuck are you way out here, too? Jesus. There's my favorite Ishgardian coming to pick up old Wyman's brain about the latest happenings here in the Sultanate. Of course, I'm happy to oblige in exchange for whispers you've heard about around the Holy See. Any other day and I would gladly trade rumors with you. Today, however, I meant only to offer a word of warning. That man is none other than the lord of the highest of our high houses. He breathes political intrigue and subs upon machination. And believe me when I say you do not wish to make an enemy of him. But don't take my word for it. Just ask our friend Monica. Taken aback. Gee. Seven hells, don't bother taking out your coin purse. Whatever you're offering, it's more than clear it ain't worth the trouble. And now if you don't mind, I have more pressing matters to attend to. Oh, I if I do so say myself, and worry not, I shall return before long with rumors from the Holy See you so desire. Till next time, my friend. So what exactly are you guys doing out here? Perhaps meeting you, hero girl. I could have never expected to find you in the company of the illustrious Count de Durandare. Whatever is the occasion. Hi. If I might ask you the same, does the philandering son of House Four-Temps intend to upstage his betters? Why, Lord Charlemagne, you wound me! Rest assured that I only meant to spare you from a potentially inexpedient encounter. Prepares of information these parts are inevitably sharper than they let on. If they judge you to be less than knowledgeable about your surroundings, they will not hesitate to take advantage. If I needed the help of a self-indulgent stripling, I'd have asked for it. You're a dick, you know that? Don't ask, old girl, what brings you to the Jewel of the Desert with the good Count at your side? What manner of information, pray tell, were you hoping to glean from our friend Wyman? Lord Francis was looking to stimulate commerce and trade in the firmament? Well, why didn't you come to me sooner? Do you think so little of your comrade Emmanueline? Let me explain. My dear brother suggests that I might employ my considerable skill in mingling amongst the upper crust to more, shall we say, productive ends. After all, social gatherings are a prime opportunity for overhearing choice tidbits of rumor and gossip. The point being that I have acquainted myself with no small end of prestigious merchants and traders, including many who I believe would be most amenable to the idea of expanding their operations to Ishgard. I dare say that more than a few of them have most fetching daughters as well. At any rate, you need trouble yourself no further. I'll reach out to the parties in question and make the necessary arrangements. In return, I ask only that you convince Lord Francis to put in a good word with the lovely lady... Fucking hell. Laniate on my behalf. A fair exchange, is it not? Shrug. Worry not, Mr. Sir. I will see to it that my lord remains focused on the task at hand and does not let his emotions lead him to enter into any potential disadvantageous agreements. We shall be in touch at a later juncture. At least Honor Right is dependable. Till next time, old girl, I do believe there is a banquet I should be attending. Honor Roth, according to the wiki, is 14. And he's smarter than the big dude there. I suppose even foppery can serve a purpose on rare occasions. Don't only say I could have handled the negotiations just as well without the fools meddling. Could you, though? On the bright side, we can at long last take our leave of this blasted desert. Lord Francis was at some tavern called Quicksand, yes? Let us tell him the deed is done and be on our way. I'm gonna be opening up all the collectibles, huh? Welcome back. And Lord Sherman, may I ask if your negotiations bore fruit? Lemon came to your aid, you say? Splendid. His knack for preventing influential personages never ceases to amaze me. You'll see me has found his calling. He asked if we can put in a good... I mean, might as well, right? Keep a promise. I see. I was about to comment on how impressed I am... how impressed I was that he is putting his natural proclivities to use for such a worthwhile cause, but I see his motivation is the same as ever. That said, his consistency is admirable. At any rate, it's clear that he has done us a great service today, and with the ever diligent young Honor at his side to keep him honest, I dare say he will have little to worry about. I must thank you too for your efforts, Lord Sherman. If you had not thought to flag down that information monger, we might still be searching aimlessly in the streets. I most humbly ask that you lend your prodigious skills to us in our next destination as well. Do you not agree? Humph. Jerk. Yeah, Wyman is involved in so many quests, including all the way up to level 88. Perhaps as I set on your next and final destination. Alright, off to Waterland. Are you ready to take us down the road again, Monk? Our final destination waits. Limsa. Humph, if we must. Though if you truly expect to find a reliable trading partner in that den of pirates and ruffians, you are even more of a fool than I thought. William Lord Charlemagne, when I say that I bear no love for barbarous outlaws. That said, by all accounts, things have changed much in the years since Admiral Blofswin rose to power. I've spoken of my son's disappearance to you in the past, have I not? It was chance you've forgotten it was those accursed pirates who took him from me, and for that I will never forgive them. It was 20 long years ago. He was a boy of great promise, possessed of a curious mind and a burning desire to see the world. Then a murderous band of sea reavers raided his vessel, and just like that he was gone. To this day the rumors reach my ears that he rots in a jail deep beneath the city, or that someone resembling him has been seen wandering the streets. As his father I want to believe he still lives somewhere, but there is only so long man can... What I mean to say is, I will not trust a pirate half as far as I could throw him. They are the scourge of our realm and my house, and I will have nothing to do with them. And my most heartfelt sympathies for the loss of your son, Lord Charlemagne. By no means do I wish to open old wounds and stir up painful memories. Pray return to escort ahead of us. Monica and I shall handle matters from here. No, I will accompany you. Regardless of what happened, nay, precisely because of it, I will not shirk my duty as Lord of House Darendare. I'll match into that wretched hive of murder and villainy and seize from it a new age of prosperity for my house as due retribution for all they have taken from me. If it is what you wish, my lord, let us be on our way. My preliminary research has led me to conclude that the area known as Bulwark Hall, a stone's throw from the airship landing, would make for a suitable place to commence our efforts. Alright, off to Limsa! Traveling the world! And there's the dancer quest. The fear would take me. How can all these people abide that god's awful stench of something bright in the air? Let's conclude our business swiftly and take our leave of this place. Lord Francis, I trust that your research has enlightened you as to where we might find a suitable trading partner. Indeed it has, Lord Charlemagne. I've read that all goods coming and outgoing must pass inspection at a place called Maelvan's Gate. No doubt that would be a productive place to begin our inquiry. I see. Very well then. Let us be off to this Maelvan's Gate, or whatever the place was called. Perhaps it's a bit wishful thinking on my part, but would you not say Lord Charlemagne has softened some since we arrived here in Limsa? Why, he even waited for me to complete a full utterance before dashing off. Could it be that we have earned his trust? All the way in the guild? Always so many people here. Hello. Your employer, yes, my companions and I hail from Mishgard, and we have come to Limsa to discuss matters of trade. Then you most definitely come to the right place. Any inquiries you may have regarding duties, tariffs, prohibited goods, and what have you, I or one of my fellow assessors would be more than happy to enlighten you. I see. To be precise, we seek to introduce our wares from your nation to our own homeland, where we believe such items would be in demand. Might you be able to recommend us a trader dealing in such wares? Aye, but of course, why didn't you say so sooner, my good man? In that case, you'll be wanting to talk to one of the 3 great pirate powers here in town. Pirates? Of course, since the sign of the Galadian Accord, they're more of an officially sanctioned agency, raiding the Garleans at the Admiral's behest, taking part in honest trade and the like. At least that much can be said of the Sanguine Sirens and the Krakens. The bloody executions are a whole another matter, so I'd recommend you limit any deal and negotiating you feel like partaking into the former two. I reckon the Sanguine Sirens would be a good start as any, as they're known to be a bit more welcome to outsiders like yourselves. You'll find them in the tavern over in the Misunderstanding if you're up for a parley. Yes, I do believe I've heard enough. Thank you for your time and good day. I can scarce believe it's come to this, but I suppose we have no recourse. Well, Lord Francis, I trust you know the way to this missing member? Like where all the ladies hang out because they're all missing members. Hi, everyone's here, yes? Then let's be on our way. Alright, are you gonna make a fool of yourself again? By the furry, why, it's a veritable haven of pirate wenches. But I'll not back down from this challenge. Watch closely, Francis, and let me show you how a deal is made. Will you, though? Uh-oh. Hi, Mel Coco. Long time no see. Greetings and welcome to the missing member. Do you have a reservation, sir? I do not. I've come from Mishkar to discuss matters of trade with the captain of this team, Sanguine Sirens, and I was told I might find her here. You were you? Why, yes, I suppose you might. Make yourself comfortable. I'll go get the captain. I'll let the captain know that she's got a new visitor. I'm like, Mel Coco, you're doing shenanigans again. By the way, did you ever get married? The hell's you want, Drylanders? State your business quick and you'd best hope it's worth my while, else my sirens will see you gutted and sleeping with the fishes before you know it cuffed ya. Pray stay your hand, my lady. I meant only to consult with you on a potential business proposition that might prove mutually beneficial. I hail from the nation of Ishgard, and I do believe that your fine wares will be most highly sought after in our nation. Ishgard? Yes, you'd have to think any party in their right mind would be even having half a mind to set one foot in some bleeding snow-swept wasteland at the edge of the world. You must have me confused with that puffy-shirted captain of the Krakens or someone else who's got more swagger than sense. Now get out of my sight before I cut your blabbing tongue and toss it into tonight's stew. 1,000 pardons, my lady. I shall take my leave and not and seek out those Krakens of whom you speak. I thank you for your kindness and wish you and your sirens all the... I said, get out of my way. Wait a minute. Why does that self-righteous face of yours seem so bloody familiar? Bah, never mind, I have bigger fish to gut. Now be gone from here, you'll be joining them. Oh, she knows the sun. For you, I'd be best to take I'd be taking your advice to heart. You'll find the Krakens at the 7th stage, just past here and beyond the Drowning Bunch. I do hope your parley there proves more fruitful. You're not even gonna say hi, Melkogel? Lala friend? No? Fine, be that way. Jerk. Alright, well, things go better here. Dat herbalist. Welcome to the 7th stage. Would you care to peruse our diverse array of exotic herbs and spices? And pardon me, my good lady, I'm shaman of House Durin and I have traveled to your fair nation from Ishgard. Might you or any of your colleagues perchance be interested in selling your fine spices in my homeland? I can assure you many of my countrymen would be willing to pay a handsome price for them. Durin, did you say? My sincere apologies, good sir, but in accordance with company policy, we are not entering into partnerships with parties from the Holy See at this time. No parties from the Holy See? What instant of closed-minded nonsense is... What I mean to say is we are prepared to make the arrangement most appetizing to you. An appetizing as salted arbor herring, one might say. And to wit, our astrologians have devised a method to accurately gauge one's present location and bearing regardless of the season, a technique which I do believe will be most beneficial to esteemed privateers such as yourselves. Being spied on? Do you think the old man will be willing to reveal a treasured house secret to outsiders? Dastardly, despicable pirates, no less. Perhaps there's hope for Ishgard yet. Carvalines of Durin there? Captain? Why, yes, we're not. I was just about to bid our guests farewell, as per your explicit orders not to. What's that? Are you certain? I see, I'll convey the message then. Forgive me for my hasty decision. The captain says he'll entertain your proposition, but on one condition. He will only speak to the adventurer here. I see, in that case I have little choice. Malko, is it? I've done little to deserve your charity, but ask for this one favor. Might I trust the negotiations to you? Very well then, if you would come this way. Captain Carvalane of the Krakens awaits you atop the stairs. One more thing, you are by no means to speak his name nor describe his face to anyone from Ishgard, or he will personally have you keel-hauled. No hard feelings, of course. Carvalane enlisted in the pirates, right? When he was 14? According to the wiki. My associate has apprised me of the situation, so this delegation from the sea wishes to establish trade relations with us, do they? The Ishgardians, consumed only with their petty war, living out their days in that gloomy frigid land devoid of passion or imagination. Just thinking back up to my dreary days in that miserable place is enough to make me ill. But with the war's end, it will appear that a new wind blows in my homeland. Well, I'm not so naive to assume that they have left their past entirely behind. I will trust that the sea's desire to change, as well as that of the man who has come to me on their behalf, is sincere. Besides, it will not hurt to be owed a debt of gratitude by one of Russia's greatest heroes, no? Herald, the document. This here is an agreement consenting to the formal commencement of trade between the Krakens and House Durin of Ishgard. It's in Gerald's name and marked with our official seal to authorize the transaction. I'd appreciate if you could deliver this to Count de Durandare on my behalf. Ain't quite sure about this, Captain. Let's be thankful for that adventure showing up when she did. If that man had forced his way to my office, I shudder to think of what might have ensued. Tis strange, though. For long years, the mere sight of the man's face filled me with loathing, but seeing again now, I feel this odd sense of nostalgia. And yet I do not intend to thought of doing anything more. It would only serve to undo all I've accomplished. No, I have no mind to give up my freedom for whatever I might gain in its place. Yes, this will do. Weren't you also doing some shenanigans with the sirens in some quests a long time ago? Well, do you have anything to show for your efforts? Yes. Signed contract. Why, this is more than I dared to hope we would achieve. However did you manage this? Your passionate plea won him over. He chose to believe in his Christ. I made him an offer. Your passionate plea won him over. You mean he was listening to our discussion? I'm not quite sure what to say. At any rate, I finally accomplished what I sought here in Erosia, and I can finally return to Ishgard in triumph, as befitting the Lord of the highest of houses. I'm in your debt, Lord Charlemagne, and you, Monica. With this, the day that the finest goods from the realm over are traded freely in the markets of Featherfall is all but upon us. Alright, going back home. Home away from home. Francis ready to make a triumphant return home. Lord Charlemagne, I must thank you once more for accompanying me on this journey. Due owing to your tireless efforts, our mission has succeeded beyond my loftiest expectations. And you expect any less of me? At any rate, I do believe it is past time that we returned home. There are preparations that must be seen to, yes. But of course, speaking of which, I have been giving considerable thought as to how we might best organize our new commercial district. Till then, I would be most grateful if you two would visit the location and share your thoughts upon our return. My time is valuable, as you might imagine, but I suppose I can spare a moment or two to lend my expertise. 'Tis most appreciated, my lord. In that case, let us each attend to any unresolved matters we have here, then reconvene back in the firmament at our earliest opportunity. Travel in safety, my friends. Alright, back to the firmament. All the way back, finally. It's like this is the firmament episode. So let's see somebody up here, too. Alright, what's going on here? Two foreign heretics against two knights of the Heavens Ward. Under the watchful gaze of fury, they would fight, and the winner's claims would be proven true as the opening gambit of a greater game whose stakes would remain unknown for some time. We need a cutscene for that. And head just up the road. More memory lane. Vault again. Random priest checking it out too. You're Mr. Instructor Darkstar, if I'm not mistaken. We admit, though I'm not sure you remember, 'twas a seeming lifetime ago when you answered the Archbishop's summons. I often come here to reflect upon all that's come to pass, and when I saw you gazing at the Holy Vault, I thought perhaps that you had too. You turned our world upside down, everything we held dear, for change, for the truth. They say it had to be done, but that his grace sought godhood. If so, then perhaps it was the Fury's will that you prevail. But to say it, to believe it, I know that no man is without sin, but he was pious and humble, wholly deserved to the church wholly devoted to the church and to his people. I knew him, miss, and he was a good man. Whatever else he may have been, I won't remember him as a good man. I won't. To walk the righteous path, to live for the sake of others, to rise to the highest station, you remain powerless to bring an end to your people's suffering. What price salvation, then? What sacrifice beyond reason? For uneasy lies the head that wears the crown. Alright, more memory lane. I have to go, God damn, I have to go all the way to Limsa again. Look, I'm going back to the firmament. There's so much to be done here. First with Fransal. Victory music. Tis but a short walk from here to the Featherfall Commercial District. Allow me to show you the way. I must give credit where credit's due, Lord Francel. This place is almost beginning to look halfway habitable. Francel, we were wondering if you'd ever come home. Oh, hi, guys. My brothers and you two, sister. How wonderful to see you all again. You must simply hear the news. Aurel and Foncrinos surprised us just now. Not even half of what you heard is true. It would appear your excursion abroad has proved most fruitful. Thanks, machinist friend. And this off the back of Diadem's designation as the official gathering grounds for the restoration without you to extol its potential to our leaders, I doubt we would have received the necessary approval and funding. You just got a great service, Francel. Your sister, I could not be more proud. About that good word. My dear siblings, you flatter me overmuch. Why, I could not have hoped to accomplish even a fraction of this without the expertise and influence of my esteemed companions. Of that I have no doubt. Mr. Darkstar, as you so selflessly served Ishgard during the war, you continue to go above and beyond in this era of peace. I have not the words to express my gratitude. What about this companion? The most humble Lord Charlemagne. Begs of my humble gratitude for accompanying my impulsive little brother in his travels and for opening his horizons and with your vast experience and worldly wisdom. I feel like he caused more trouble. Yes, I can only hope that boy gained something from my presence. Not looking in the eye. Russell, we are not here simply to shower you with praise. No, we were hoping that we might lend our aid to your efforts in a more tangible fashion. Indeed, after all, it would not do for the goods to flow only in one direction, while the coin flows in the other, no? Allow me to be more direct. The Skysuit manufacturer has recently opened a new branch in Featherfall, yes? I have in mind to spend some time there myself, overseeing repair and maintenance orders, putting wares on display for potential sale to buyers from the realm over, and so on and so forth. Meanwhile, Aurel and I have discussed the matters at length, and we suspect that traders from far-off lands might show quite some interest in the abundant natural resources harvested from the Diadem and the Sea of Clouds. I have no words. Your assistance in the reconstruction effort would mean the world to me. The sons and daughters of House Hanart, mayhap I misjudged them. You most certainly did. Mocked and branded as heretics by the highborn and the common folk alike, forced to suffer the loss of kin, friends, and loyal followers alike over years of bloody war, still they forge ahead to build a brighter future for our nation. For so long I thought them too earnest and agreeable for their own good. Perhaps that artless hope and enthusiasm is precisely what Ishgard needs in this new age. Would that my own son could be here as well, that he too could be among those leading the effort to transform our society for the generations to come. Strange is it not? Somehow I'm more certain than ever that he is alive somewhere in this world, and doing great things in his own right. Mayhap one day he will return to me, and mayhap not. Either way, the decision is his, and his alone to make. For so long I clung to the past, fearing that there was no place for me in this new age of openness, enlightenment, and change. But the truth is clear to me now. This is the new world we live in, and we must all adapt or be left behind. It will not be easy, but it will be worth it, and the passionate, capable young men and women around me will show me the way. Why don't you open a collectible shop while you're at it? My sincere apologies, my Uncle Lord Charlemagne. It seems my siblings and I got somewhat carried away in conversation. If you're ready, it would be my pleasure to escort you to Featherfall. It's like everything was fine in the firmament. Alright, straight to the next cutscene. You couldn't bunch them together, huh? Monaco Lord Charlemagne over here. I did not imagine that your preparations were proceeding so briskly, Lord Francel. One might wonder if they are not proceeding too hastily, yet at the same time one cannot help but be impressed. You are too kind, my lord. I am pleased to say that the Featherfall markets are now ready to open. Truly, we could not have accomplished this without you. Nor you, Monica, nor my dear siblings, my associates, and all in Ishgard and the three nations who have expended efforts on our behalf. Without all of you, my loftiest dreams to rebuild the firmament would have gone for naught. Thank you, my friends. I will not forget your kindness and generosity for the rest of my days. Nay, 'tis I who owes you thanks, Lord Francel. Traveling with you has done much to open my eyes, and I am not too prideful to admit it. If I hope to lead House Durandar into a new age of prosperity, there's much I must yet learn about the world outside Ishgard, a world to which I have been blind for far too long. In return for helping me to learn this lesson, allow me to offer you some parting advice. You have accomplished much here already, but do not rest on your laurels, for the greatest challenges are yet to come. Thank you, my lord. Pray rest assured that I have no intention of shirking my duties. As more and more people flock to the firmament to hawk their wares and ply their trades, my ability to manage affairs here will be tested like never before. They will indeed, and yet I suspect you are up to the task. Still, should you ever find yourself over your head, do not hesitate to call upon House Durandare, and with that, I should be off. Monica, might you have a moment to spare afterwards? There is a matter in which I would ask your counsel. Seek your counsel. Concern. I too should be getting back to the many tasks at hand. Till we meet again, my friends. Peace out. Actually would not have minded if the lad remained with us a while longer, but oh well. In any event, the matter I would discuss with you concerns the broom. If you are not otherwise occupied, I'd very much like to hear your thoughts. Alright, more things to do here. The reconstruction of Ishgard is a very long and lengthy process, huh? Featherfall Rising. Count Shaman Durandare would petition your aid in realizing his bold vision for the future of Ishgard. Thank you for entertaining my quest. There's another who I believe would be keen to hear what you have to say. He shall be arriving anon. Alright, who are we meeting up with here? Can't be bad if there's no shenanigan music. Drillamont? Monica, the Count mentioned that there was someone he wished to introduce to me, but I did not expect it to be you. Tell me, how have you fared since we last met? It's been a long time. I should have surmised that you two are already acquainted. Monica accompanied Lord Francis and I on our trade delegation to the Three Nations, which I dare say would not have been nearly as successful as it was without her insight. Since returning home, I have been pondering many a matter. Long has House Durandare stood at the fore and done its sworn duty to protect our countrymen from heretics and the Horde. But Ishgard now enters a new era. In these changing times, how must House Durandare adapt to the best of our fair nation? This is the question that most occupies my thoughts of late. As our nation turns its eyes to the outside world, I will once more look within. House Durandare shall see that our nation thrives as ever before, and every Ishgardian is able to reap the benefits of peace and prosperity. I'm not sure what to say, my lord. Clearly your journey has had quite an effect on you. Needless to say, I wholeheartedly agree with your noble aim, and promise to offer whatever aid it is in my power to offer. When did I last see you, Drilly? My knights as well are searching for ways in which we might serve the people now that their blades are no longer needed. Should you lack for manpower, you need but say the word. Very good, I'll first task them with carrying out some long overdue restorations in the broom, which unfortunately remains in a most sorry state. But not suffice to physically rebuild the city. No, for our citizens truly prosper, we will need a steady flow of goods and services. A healthy economy is the lifeblood of any nation, after all. To then, I also intend to put House Durandare's fleet of airships to use in shuttling materials to and from far-off lands. You rode one of our vessels yourself when you aided us in reclaiming the Stone Vigil, did you not? You will forever have my gratitude for your efforts that day. In any event, we will have need of pilots and machinists, and in far greater numbers than we have now. There are many here who would benefit from learning a trade by which they might earn their keep. We recruit these individuals and train them to the best of our ability. For this, I would enlist the services of a knowledgeable and patient instructor. Mayhap there is someone you could recommend, Lord Drillamont? Why, yes, I do believe I know just the man. He knows our airships inside and out and has an admirable passion for sharing his craft with those around him. He's battle-tested as well. He was the very pilot who served to help us reclaim the Stone Vigil, after all. His name is Sestival, and do not let his youth fool you. He is as knowledgeable and reliable as any man twice his age. That said, there is a rub. I have seen neither hide nor hair him since the war ended. He suffered a wound in his last battle, and I have heard rumors that he has since fallen on hard times. Many such men eke out a living in the broom these days. It is a most unfortunate situation, and one that does not reflect well in our house or our nation. We must do right by these brave souls, and we must do it now. And so I turn to you, Monica. I might ask you, seeking out this Sistevald and relaying my offer. I have already drawn up a contract that you might deliver it to the man. I would approach the man directly, but our recent foray into the Three Nations has convinced me that when it comes to negotiating with the common folk, you are far more capable than I. Besides, if I am to bring my plans to fruition, there is another whose aid I must petition, and with all haste. Will you do me this favor and speak with Sistevald in my stead? Dude is learning. A lot less conservative now. Then I too shall return to Whitebrim Front and recruit as many knights as I can for the cause. That will be most appreciated, Lord Drillamont. Alright, see you, Drilly friend. And with that, I'll take my leave. May your meeting with Sistevald be a fruitful one. And last time I saw Julma, was that all the way back at like level 40? Like in like Corthus? Or did I see him out here somewhere? I can't remember, it's been so long. There's too many people in this game. More quests, the gathering of Gala cats. There's also this guy here. Never thought I'd get custom from a great hero. I salvage materials left over from the reconstruction to sell them cheap to craftsmen who make everyday wares. Is there something you need? You need some wood. For the kids. Is that the way of it? Well, then here's some wood scraps you can take, free of charge. Two of those children are trying to do their part for the orphanage. Brings a tear to my eye, you know? From now on, I'll do what I can to support them. Alright, good kids. Most kids are assholes, though. I know when I was a kid, I was an asshole. Alright, found your friend? All this time we've had nary word from you. We thought you'd forgotten about us. Forgive me, the restoration work has kept me busy, but I couldn't be gladder to see you all. And to the Great Monica present for our reunion makes the moment all the more special. Adventure, adventure! Oh, you're all adventurers. And even the Savior Ishgard is here. This good lady and family have been kind to me. Is something the matter, my lady? Obviously, a strange creature has been prowling about in the new nest. I'm worried that it might do. This sounds like a job for us. It'd be our first outing altogether in a while. Very well, let's take ourselves to the new nest and look for this creature at once. If you would have a spare moment, perhaps you would care to attend to this task with us. Sure thing. Alright, kind of more shenanigans are happening here. All this quest completion. Hey, Dragon Friend, are you ready to accept collectibles now? Hi. No more suspicious people about. Good. My thanks for acting as my guide. I feel as though I have a better understanding of the war now. Of course, this is the beginning. If my songs are to be as splendid as Ratatoskers, I must learn more about men and their culture. I would be glad to assist if it please you. That scent. You're the one who is following us. If you mean us harm, be warned that this woman is a hero. Oh, no, I wouldn't imagine doing you ill. My name is Hot Dog? Hot DeLong. Ever since I read Lord Edmund's memoirs, I've wanted to befriend a dragon. But I didn't have the slightest inkling how to go about it, so when I saw you with the Savior of Ishgard on the spur of the moment, I decided to follow. You follow us quite far, though. You see, it's my dream to become a writer, not just any writer, but one who chronicles this new age of peace between man and dragon. So please, won't you allow me to assist you? Well now, how very commendable. I wholeheartedly approve of your endeavor, and I see no reason to refuse you. Yes, we can teach each other the ways of our kind, and if you prove yourself useful, I shall credit you in my songs. Thank you. We spin. Unexpected but welcome development. I shall remain here and speak further with our new friend, but I hope to hear more of your tales again. Alright, more firmament stuff complete. I got another quest, right? Because I want stuff to open up collectibles with you. Oh, crafter, my crafter. Let's turn it down here as well. Ravishing Resident. Ravishing Rick Rude. It was around here that I saw it. What kind of strange shit did you see around here? Looking around, bad things happening. There! You don't appear to be much of a threat, but if you mean ill, you will answer to us. Shenanigans? Hi! Stay your weapon, I'm not an enemy. Long time no see. No, I'm an adventurer like you. The Death Dharma I'm called, and I came to the firmament to work. I even have the necessary permit. Ah, Master, what lucky that you are here. Please tell them that I pose no danger. Good to see you too. An unexpected visitor. One of the friendly Vath who dwell in the Dravanian forelands, you say? Act impulsively. Pray forgive me my discourtesy. Click, click. No harm was done. If all is settled, then I'll take my leave. There's much work to be done. Yes, much work indeed. Alright, see ya. Thanks to you for being able to avert a misunderstanding. If what the fellow said was true, there's plenty of work in Ishgard for the willing. What do you say we stay for a spell? Thumbs up, Chief. Truly, to have you all here would please me to no end. And there you have it. We'll stay here well and apply ourselves as we continue striving to follow your example. Alright, extra experience. Alright, see you guys. Politeness. Alright, more quests to turn in. Alright, kids, make your gift. There you are. Did you manage to get the wood scraps? Yes. There you go. Thank you. We'll get to work making the rope and firewood at once. Shenanigans. Oh. I was about to say the shenanigan music stopped. No, it's just really low. It goes like this, then loop it like that. You're doing it wrong. It's just going to unravel again. We did it! It only said that I was to collect from here. Do you mean to say you children made the items? Yes, sir. I see. Children though you may be, do not expect that I will treat you with any leniency. The lives of my men may very well depend upon the rope and firewood, and I'll accept naught of inferior quality. You supervise them, you say? Then perhaps there is no cause for concern. Here, the coin and meat promised. If we are satisfied with the items, there shall be opportunities for you to earn more. Will there be, Jet, a lot of opportunities? Huzzah, let's take this meat to Rasquin and have him use it in today's stew. I think it's best if we had it cured and set aside for later. There's plenty of it. We can do both. Compromise. It's a fine feeling to make ourselves useful. We'll keep on doing what we can to help the overage at the orphanage. Thank you, and please visit us again. Alright, get some free food. Exquisite beef stew. Tasty. Alright, good work, kids. Alright, child labor episode. Alright, did he head out back out to complete more quests? I've been going for a while, so I think I'll just finish off these quests. Actually, finish off the collectible ones. So botany it is. Otto is full of bursting with newfound knowledge which she simply must share. I'm waiting for you. Who better to tell my studies than the very woman who set me on the course of enlightenment? My knowledge of mankind's histories has grown by leaps and bounds, in no small part thanks to Hadalong's expert instruction. Elto is too kind. She has taught me much of Dragonkind in turn that I could hardly call myself teacher in this arrangement. In fact, the time may soon come to put ink to parchment and begin my chronicles. And we all wait the day that with bated breath. Hadalong has not been my only teacher. The city itself has lessons abound for those who would observe them. Seeing its splendor with my own eyes has made clear one inalienable difference between man and dragon. I speak, of course, of Bekind's love of tinkering, building, and crafting, and what a wonderful thing it is to behold. Where dragons are wont to tear down obstacles with fang and claw, you tear them down with hammer and chisel, or else find an ingenious way around them entirely. By using tools tailored to specific tasks, you overcome your natural deficiencies. One tool will be used to wrest precious materials from the earth, and another to transform them into something greater than the sum of its parts. I find the whole process rather fascinating. When I gaze upon the towering spires of the city, I imagine a roost built with my own claws, larger than even the one my sire calls home. I'm eager to see my dream realized as quickly as possible, but Tagalong advised against rushing into such an endeavor unprepared. He claims that to do so would lead to abject failure and possibly personal injury. Shenanigans. You, however, are an experienced artist, and I would be honored if you would take me under your wing and teach me the art of making. I swear to be a dutiful study, and even should this day pass into the next, I won't rest until I've mastered even the most esoteric of skills. Well then, I believe we have an arrangement. I can start right this moment if it pleases you. Now, I was told you know as well as anyone how busy our friend is, and I also fear you may have misjudged just how long it takes to truly become a master craftsman. You mean it would take more than a day? I knew that, of course. I only hoped against hope that she had no appointments to save the world for the foreseeable future. Alas, my enthusiasm may have gotten the better of me. Don't fret, Alto. She may still be able to help in some capacity. Perhaps if you could introduce us to a crafter with both the time and inclination to teach. Like for the one many artisans around the firmament would be willing to lend us their expertise, although you are far better positioned to judge their suitability than either of us. We shall look forward to meeting our mentor-to-be. This quest music, though. Alright, happy music again. Oblivious Gatherer. Oh, crafter, my apologies, but I'm more inclined to gathering what bounty the earth has to offer. I leave it to others to mold said bounty into what they will. I'd love to introduce you to someone who might be of help, but I'm afraid my work here is endless. I completely missed the cheerful crafter as I passed by. Say again, that scrawny little dragonling wants to craft? Huh, whatever next. As much as the notion of having a dragon for a protege piques my interest, however, my specialty is working metal. Great big slabs of it. Were she older, maybe there'd be a place for her, but as it stands, she'd be more of a hindrance than a help. Can I go back to the what is it, Turning Mist and go see Gullenbursty? It's like, Dad, I'm a crafter now. Oh, way up there. I know the dragon that you speak of. I've seen her flitting about House Helena from time to time. Quite the inquisitive one, if I recall. So she wants to learn the fine art of crafting, does she? I've heard strange things in my time, but few as bizarre as that. I'm sure I'd kick myself lit if I passed up this opportunity, so I reckon I could find time between projects to teach her a thing or two. Tell her I'll speak with her after I've finished up here, will ya? Ah, the hero's return. So have you found my teacher? Whose sharp eye and steady hand will guide me on the path to mastery? Ah, such great expectations I must meet. Well, I assure you my hand is steady. The sharpness of my eye is very much a matter of conjecture. Nevertheless, if it's crafting you wish to learn, I'm your man, although I can't say I've ever had the honor of teaching a dragon before. Emerald, I'm Arvide, at your service. I'm here in the firmament on assignment from the Skystone Manufacturer, and I dare say I have a few nuggets of wisdom knocking around in my head that are worth passing around. It's the young who must shoulder the burden of building a future, after all. Now, crafters come in all sorts, from cooks to weavers to smiths. Have you given any thought of where you want to focus your energies? Focus? Well, can't I learn everything? You can. Just like me. Tell my gut, where should an inspiring artisan begin? Gee. Be it baking a cake or raising cattle, one must look first to their tools. Even some fun must start with quality materials. Why bother learning when you can just copy others? Well, one must first look to their tools. You need your gear. Now, spoken like a true professional, it's true that an essential part of any project is selecting the right tools for the job. However, there's a step that comes before even that. We'll start with the tools required to gather our own materials. Once we have the right equipment and supplies, there's nothing you can't make with enough elbow grease. How splendid it is to have a guiding hand, though no telling how long it would have taken Tagalong and I to decide where to begin, had we left to our own devices. Very well, gathering is where we shall pour our utmost efforts. Maybe when I'm a seasoned artisan in my own right, I'll take it upon myself to teach my kin as I was taught. Now, wouldn't that be a sight to see? I dare say there has never been a dragon who has learned a trade, let alone one who has passed such skills on to the next generation. Indeed, you may be correct on that account. The other dragons will be flabbergasted by the wonders I create. Of course, I don't plan on taking all the credit. It seems to me that mankind's most culturally significant works are those that result from collaboration. People working together make something greater than they could have alone. To that end, I must study and learn from the work of others, and even though you are too busy with your heroics to teach me daily, I'd much appreciate it if you would come by from time to time and offer what knowledge you can. It's like once a week. Because I knew your generosity would match the greatness of your deeds. Well then, let's get our education started off on the right foot, eh? You can spy tradesmen of all sorts plying their trade in the new nest. I reckon you could certainly do worse than to learn a couple tricks from them. Now the place is practically a second home to young Tagalong and I. Allow me to lead the way. So excited. Hello. Here you can purchase things. Materials. This here is Anna, and we have her and the House of Splendors to thank for supplying the firmament with quality materials at incredibly low prices, suspiciously so, in fact. Are you implying there is some ulterior motive behind her generosity? Why, certainly not. I'm here at the behest of my organization to aid Ishgard in its flourishing days as an allied nation. We are driven as much by philanthropy as we are by profit, I can assure you. Excuse me, miss, but are you a craftsman by any chance? I'm afraid, my adorable little dragonette, that my hands are entirely too clumsy to make aught aside from my morning tea. The 12 of you have seen fit to bless me with a sharp mind for trade, however, and so here I am. And that's precisely why we've come. El-Tol has it in her head to learn a trade or two, and we are here to set her on the right path. Till then, I would ask you to provide us with materials and perhaps any counsel you might have for a young novice. It would be my pleasure. Perhaps in return, she could tell me about the rarities and relics dragons keep in their lairs. I sense a once-in-a-lifetime investment opportunity has come before me. And if business in the firmament grows as much as my intuition says it will, this might be just what I require to turn a stream of gil into a veritable flood of riches. Consider me at your complete disposal. Say the word and I shall procure whatever you may need. How generous of you. You have our thanks, Miss Anna. Anything to foster the next generation of builders and tinkerers, my boy. As for the current generation, well, I suppose the house could bear to part with a few scraps in return for guiding our dragon friend on our journey to mastery. Shrug. We can't say no to an offer like that, can we? Well then, now that we're all acquainted, let's head back to Saint Rel's dais. Peace out. Bye. With Master Arvid and Master Monk guide us, I'm sure we'll be raising fortresses and forging dazzling armor in no time at all. Let's keep our missions manageable for the time being, shall we? Our first task is the construction of tools that'll fit snugly in those claws of yours. Monica, I trust you can help with that. In the meantime, I've work of my own to tend to. If there's aught you need, you know where I am. Before I depart, however, I'll leave you with an assignment. Inspect everything Monica does with diligence. A discerning eye is a tool that will outlast all others. Yes, Master Arvid. We'll give Monica's work the thrice over. Aha, custom deliveries. Hi, Sistebald. Yes, I'm Sistebald. Who is it? By the Fury, are mine eyes to be believed? Here you go. Was this Count Charlemagne de Durandare would personally and try to treat you as service as instructor and mentor to aspiring airship pilots throughout the look, you may be the slave of gods, but this is your idea of a jest. It's true you say it, then of course I accept. I would be a fool not to. Though why the Lord of the Highest of Houses and a hero such as yourself would turn to a broken-bodied nobody rotting his days away in the broom is beyond my comprehension. Pray allow me to say that it was a true honor to have had you on board my airship in the operation to retake the Stone Vigil. The mere memory of that triumph has carried me through even the darkest of days. At any rate, the letter goes on to state that should I accept the offer, I am to report to the site of the planned training facility, which according to this is to be constructed here in the broom at once. And I do believe I'm inclined to do just that. Might I be so bold as to ask you to accompany me? It has been a while since I consorted with nobles, and I fear I might do something to embarrass myself. Alright, we got our teacher. It's like, where is this quest turn in? Oh, there he is. According to the letter, the site in question is just beyond here, shall we? Alright, new teacher, hooray! You must be Sistebald. On behalf of House Durandare, I thank you for entertaining my offer. I'm going to get right to the matter at hand. As you know, Lord Francel's efforts to bolster trade with some of the most prestigious merchants from the three nations have borne considerable fruit. As such, we have need for capable airship shuttle supplies to and fro. Lord Jolmon has spoken highly of your expertise. I would have you train the next generation of pilots who will steer Ishgard to a brighter future. It is my hope that this will also serve to provide an honest, profitable trade for a number of the unfortunate souls who call this place home. My lord, I do not know what to say. You show great mercy to this battered, broken man and give him a chance to rebuild his life in a way he never imagined. I am honored and blessed to accept your offer, for as long as I draw breath, I will serve your cause with every ounce of strength and passion that I am able to muster. Hello, Random Edmond. There's also the matter of securing the funds necessary to operate the new facility as well as to maintain our fleet. Lord Edmond, I trust I can count on the support of House Four Temps in this matter? That is no longer my decision to make, but I will consult with Artorial, and I see no reason why he would not be receptive to your cause. When you arrived at Four Temps Manor and said you would speak with me in private, I must admit I had my doubts as to what you had in mind. But I cannot very well turn a blind eye to the unprivileged men and women of our society, can I? Not when the save of Ishgard stands before me ready to fight for them. That is why you brought Mrs. Darkstar here, is it not? You may think yourself subtle, Lord Charlemagne, but I am wise to your ways. After all, this is not the first time you have brought me around to your cause, though this time at least I can say it is a noble one. For years, House Durandare and Four Temps have struggled for supremacy, but we are not so different, you and I. It is such a terrible thing that we take advantage of each other from time to time. I think not. Besides, I cannot very well let you live a life of leisure retirement while I remain on the front lines, fighting for men and women who have been forgotten for far too long. As members of Ishgard's most privileged class, it is our calling to lead our nation into a new era of prosperity and enlightenment, and I, for one, have no intention of shirking this duty. Alright, you guys, now hug. When are your collectibles available? Is it still a ways away? Are there shenanigans happening? Happy things are happening, apparently. Work! Work! Thanks to your efforts, House Durandare and Four Temps have awakened to the plight of Ishgard's poor and suffering, and the restoration of the broom has begun in earnest. Magic prisms for Four Temps and Durandare. Alright, before I forget, let's head out to Azis Law. I had a certain friend help me grind out the rest of the light that I needed. So I'll head over here to the verification node for upgrades. It's been a long time since I've done anything here. Beep beep, please present specimen for analysis. You can't have analysis without anal. Analyzing beginning simulation. Aetheric density exceeds prescribed parameters. Beep chance of failure estimated at 0.0000001%. In before it fails. Hooray! Excellent, with things like this, our work should be but a matter of course. Take the anima weapon and the soulstone to Geralt. At least we shall move the anima to its new permanent vessel. I gotta equip a different weapon. Alright, there we go. Here's the soulstone, let's have it then, the weapon too. Alright, there you go. Well, let's get to it. Oi! Ardashir! You need me, I can hear just fine. I just needed a moment. A moment? What the hell's for, and what's the gloom all of a sudden? Wait a second, you ain't scared, are ya? Scared? Scared? I'm absolutely terrified. What if something should go wrong? Years of hard work and research would be squandered. More importantly, an innocent new life would be lost. I could never forgive myself should the unthinkable befall the anima. So that's it then? You just plan to run with nothing to show but a trail of piss on your way home? After all you've done to get this far? I don't know, Monica. She fought to the seventh hell and back to get the anima ready for this. And me, You've held me hostage here, hammering new weapons day after day, and this one's best yet. You've been in the world a masterpiece, what puts all your other smiths to shame. And sure, you might be a self-serving, preening little gobshit, but I've seen my fair share of scholars, and you're the cleverest little gobshit I've ever met. Should go without saying the soulstone you made is perfect, so why get so bothered over nothing? Geralt, as you say, we have no reason to be concerned. Let's begin by transferring the anima to the new soulstone. I'll require the anima glass if you'd be so kind. Transfer complete. Sounds shiny. Tis done quickly now, girl. The anima will not last long. Set the soul stone. It's hammering time. Do you have alcohol to go with your hammering? Just limit break sounds. Exhausted. Hey, like that, the pinnacle of perfection forged from blood, sweat, and tears. And it's all yours, Monica. Yeah, you have more than earned it. Feast your eyes on Anabasis. The gods themselves weep before this beauty. Shiny. What's the basis of that appraisal? I should hope the anima is as pleased as we are. Care to summon it forth? Hair's clipping through my clothes. But where is the anima? Does it not answer your call? Oh no, we killed it! No, it cannot be. Did it not survive the transfer? Good day to you, Monica. Is something the matter? You seem concerned. Oh, how wondrous it was. A great power welled up within me, the likes of which I had never felt before. For a fleeting moment I was drifting, and then there was a burst of color and light. So warm, so comforting was the glow that I could feel myself nodding off to sleep. But then I heard your voice, and I woke with a start. I've never felt so alive. It's as if I've been born anew. Born anew, yes. In a sense, that is indeed what has happened. You've grown strong, and so much so that you need no longer rely on others. Yes, now you are free. Free to go forth, Monica, to see distant lands and embark on all the adventures this realm has to offer. And now we can make it even better. There's one more quest after for an extra 5 eye levels. In overcoming such trials and travels together, I dare say you two have become quite the pair. Less adventure in her arm than fast friends. Fast friends? Though I'm but a youth of 17 summers, I know that what it means to respect and care for another. This is the sort of true kinship I see in you. It gladdens me to hear such praise. My only aim now is to become stronger and prove myself a faithful friend to Monica. Your adventures, Monica, will doubtless carry you to distant lands, where you will confront foes the likes of which I can scarce imagine. But no matter the challenge, you must rise to overcome it, together as true friends too. When you return from such travels, I would very much like to hear your tales of triumph. We've done it, Monaco. The animals shall enjoy life in all its splendor, and now and furthermore, thanks to your selfless dedication. Words fail to express my gratitude. Oi, Ardashir. I didn't mean to tell you, but I fixed up the wings on this little one too, just like you asked. Thank you, Galt. All that remains to do is calibrate the joints and it will be complete. Yes, there's another matter I would discuss with you, but doubtless you are weary after such a long day. I bid you safe travels home and a well-earned respite. Let us speak again when you next return to Azaz Law. How about we speak again immediately after this cutscene? Gee. Alright, 270. The enemy weapons have been reborn, the spirit within imbued with newfound power. Looks like there's so many quests left to do. I think that's good for now, though, so we finally finished off that one quest. Oh, no, wait, we gotta go to Limsa. I gotta finish off Memory Lane quest. And go talk to the weeb. Hi, weebie. Like the navigator, I resign myself to another day I've spent listening to my advisors prattle on about the Beastman's latest movements. Come, Captain, tell me of your adventures. This guardian sail on enchanted waters. Though I hope these new reforms of theirs meet with no resistance, 'twould not be the first grand voyage to run foul of reefs ere it properly began. Plus, our America at the helm, they may yet chart a course for generations to follow, which is not to say our own doesn't need correcting. The Alliance has grown complacent, the bloody nose he gave us in the mail showed me that. Nor have I forgotten the lessons of the banquet. Rest assured we will root out any further turncoats before the dagger is at our back. You have my word on that, and Lady Eugides besides. She had never been one to retreat, much less in the face of transparent theatrics, but this had been no ordinary battlefield, as rules of engagement anything but clear. So she would watch and she would learn, and in time she would act. Red mage things. This one was upstairs. Hello. Mr. Monica is aught amiss. I'm both flattered and surprised that you would remember my small role in this tale, given the grandeur of your subsequent endeavors. I'm almost convinced that having derived some selfish pleasures from donning the garments of the shinobi once more, I am honored to have been able to assist in freeing General Raban from his captivity. I believe I speak for all my countrymen when I say we are most grateful to have been granted the opportunity to contribute to the restoration of the Scions. Much has changed, is true, and much may never be as it once was. But in watching yours rise from the ashes and rebuild, I am reminded that we must never give in to despair, for there is always something which may yet be saved. Alright, we'll continue the journey of remembrance next time. Thanks for watching! Did you like this video? If you did, like it, leave a comment, and share it. You can click on the left button to subscribe, and the right button to watch more Lalafell adventures. Thanks for watching!